presentation and then questions.
Okay. So basically, what we need to understand is that this type of fast works differently from the other ones. You have very many different types, like juice. Some people use water, others use intimate, as in many other forms. There are so many. I think up to 5 or 7 different types. So this one really is no food, no water at all.
Can just everybody mute themselves?
Yes, let's just mute ourselves.
Sorry? Are you getting me? So
no,
hope we are together.
What I said, we are just muting ourselves so that we don't have noises in the background. So only you will speak, Frederick. We are all muting ourselves.
Okay, thank you. So you realize that we have 2 types where you can handle water, but you don't drink. You don't drink. You don't take water or any other liquids. You don't allow any other liquid to get into your mouth, into your digestive system. But you can shower. You can wash plates, whatever things. You can touch water. That's called wet dry fast. But with the absolute dry fast, you don't allow any part of your body to touch water. So with this type, it's a little, we call it very vigorous. You are supposed to put on, maybe if you want to wash, you're supposed to have gloves. And they don't go for, you don't go for that long with this type of fast. Then the main thing now, let's start with what we have agreed on today, how to prepare. You're supposed to make sure actually for almost 3 months, if you want to go for a long fast, you should be in preparation with your diet. You're supposed to eat things that have less sugar. If you are a person who takes meat, you should not actually and do cleaning, liver cleaning. The reason why many of us fail when we start because we don't do proper preparation. And with proper preparation, there is that. Sorry, I went off. So I'm back. So with the proper preparation, that is liver cleaning, there are some things that you're supposed to take to make cleaning into your system. You're going to find that you don't have any hunger pags. For example, we use lemon. You can boil lemon and drink. That you take early in the morning. Lemon juice. You can use the lemon. That's the fruit. And garlic. We have those things that you're supposed to be using for cleaning. And there are so many things. I think you can do your research on how to do liver cleaning. When you do liver cleaning, you'll never have a problem with hunger. And even the side effects of caffeine that brings a lot of headache. Because sometimes you find people complain about headache or pains in the eye or one side when they start to fast. All those things are clear sign that somebody did not make proper preparation before starting. We are still together on that. Then, when you have decided you are going to do a long fast, you are supposed to actually start with bits like per week, let's say weekly, 24 hours fast, before you go directly to the long fast, to prepare your system, to prepare yourself. Put your body, the body is intelligent. It can learn. It knows what what to do. When it is too much, it knows. So you'll put it in that mode of fasting. It's like mimic fast, yeah? It's like you are trying to, but you are not really getting, you have not really done the real thing. Then you can now go to the next time. You can go for 48 hours, you can go for 72 hours, according to how you're going to choose and how your body, you're going to be listening to your body. You can also go up maximum of five days. 5 days. When you're fasting, you go day and night. So we just say days. So you can go up to 5 days at home, at the comfort of your home, before you break. Again, you learn during the time of fasting, there are things you are going to see in your body. You're going to find that you are going to expect dizziness. You're going to expect, you're going to find that you're going to be at night, that sleeps are not going to be normal. Insomnia, somebody talked about that. At night, somehow you become more awake than during the day, because the cleaning and the healing part of it happens during the night. So during the day, there's a vigorous activities that happens in your body. So you find that sleeping at night becomes very difficult. But during the day, you're not supposed to expose yourself to too much sunlight. It will weaken you. It will make you very, very weak. So you're supposed to hide yourself, maybe under shade. You can sunbathe when it is early in the morning. Morning hours, depending on where you are, but you should not go beyond, you should not go to the sun when it's too hot, and then late in the evening, later day in the evening. The other things that you're going to see during this time, you're going to realize that your mind will be very clear. You're going to be very clear in your mind. The things that you'll be seeing will be very different, and you're going to be very sensitive to sound, very sensitive to light and smell. You can sense what somebody's cooking some far away, very far away. Your senses become very heightened, and you not need a lot of music or noise. You don't want to sit where there's a lot of noise, and also light. Too much light will be too much for your eyes. So you're going to be finding yourself with those ones. Those are the things to expect during the time. Weakness of the body is normal. It's not that you are sick. It's just that the changes that are happening in your body. Then there's something that happens. This one, when you do a long fast, that's beyond 24 hours, the body temperature will increase at some point. You feel as if something is burning inside your body. At that point, you are actually, the fasting is working. It means a lot of things that are not supposed to be in your system are now burning, are now being sent away of your system. So you should take it normal and continue the fast. Don't stop until you finish the days that you have decided. If you find that you're too weak, don't continue. Discontinue. Take your water. You know, when you stop the fast. The first thing you're supposed to stop with is some water, and should be a little warm. If you like, you can put a little lemon on it. But for me, I like taking water alone. Water alone. That it should be really warm, not cold. That allows your system to wake up easily, and it also makes the fats that are in the lines of your intestine. There's something that align themselves into the intestine that will get out. So you need that warm water. You don't need cold water. And you continue. We said if you feel that you are very weak, discontinue the fast. Then you will continue later. Then if you are breaking the fast, you're supposed to treat your stomach as one for the baby. And we are also supposed to know that during the time you are breaking the fast, this is the time that we are healing more. The healing itself starts during the fast, but it continues even after the fast. So the things that you are going to indigest every food that you're going to take has to be very clean. Has to be very clean. Yes. And you are also not supposed to, after a long fast, you're not supposed just to go to physical work immediately, and the vigorous exercises. You're supposed to treat your body slowly by slowly bringing it back to normal. You just don't break the fast and then you start take a 2-kilometer walk, no, or do very serious physical activity. You're supposed to wait for the body to regain strength for 2-3 days. Then you'll be just normal. And again, it depends with the number of days you're fasted. If you're fasted 3 days, you're supposed to take about 6 days for recovery to come to normal. Even your eating should be that the way you are treating a baby stomach. So you just don't get into full meals after that long fast. I hope we are clear on that one. What else do I need to add? Maybe if there are some questions. I hope we can ask questions.
Okay, tell us about your fasting history. How did you get into fasting, and how did you take it gradually, and what was the maximum length of the fasting that you did, and everything related to your personal story, please.
Okay. And I hope, Arik, you are recording. I'll lead the record later. I don't know if you are recording somewhere. Okay.
I'm recording it. I'm recording it.
Thank you. Thank
you. Because there were some people who couldn't hear very well, so they will just watch it with the recording.
Okay. I knew about dry fast some few years ago. That should be 2013. That's when I learned about dry fast. But before, I had been fasting, water fasting mostly. I liked water fasting. So the first time I did dry fast, I somehow didn't accept. I thought it was too crazy. You don't want to take water. I was used to drinking water in a fast. Then I tried. I started to test with 48 hours. And I was checking myself very carefully. But then, by that time, the very first time I went 2 times. Went 48, the first time, then another 48, the resting period of about 2 days, the same 48. And I realized that it was working. There are so many things that had changed in my system and in my body, and I felt, okay, this must be the thing. So I started to do vigorously. I got into it full, with all my heart, my mind. And I started to do 3 days. Sometimes I extended them to 5. And then I was spacing them. Between them, I would put 3 days or 3 nights. Like I started to fast Monday's evening. I would fast from Monday evening, Tuesday, the whole Wednesday. Then I break on Friday. Then there are sometimes that I will extend. Every Monday evening, I knew I was going to fast. That is in 2014. Then I would extend up to the beginning of Sunday. So I went with it for I think 3 months. For 3 months. And for the first time, some things happened to me that I'd never seen all my life. For the first time, things like there are some things that were growing in my body. They're called candida. Candida. I don't know if you know about fungal infections or things like that. Those cleared. I forgot about them. They are gone for good. There's no part of my system or my skin that has anything like that. Then I also developed not throughout, but during the times of fast, immediately after the fast, you find that the skin becomes very smooth. If you're using the soap, it's like there's nothing, there's no dirt. You feel like you're very clean. So that is 2014. After that discovery, now I wanted to extend. I wanted to go higher. I wanted to go to marks that I have not reached, because from the research, from all the reports I've gotten, people fast even up to 11, 12 days maximum. And then I also got contacts with the Russian doctor. I have his contacts. So sometimes his WhatsApp number, we communicate through WhatsApp chat.
What was his name? What's his name?
This doctor is called
Filonov?
Filonov, exactly. Sajir Finolog or something like that. Exactly.
Mhm.
And even his website. So I've been following up most of his teaching. I also got the whole of his book. There's a book he had written on medical dry fast. If there's a person who has made me know much, it is him, a Russian doctor. And sometimes I even write to him through emails. Exactly. So the journey to 2015, 2016, 2017. Then 2017, I decided to write my own book. There's a book I've written on how to prepare for fast, all those things, the top secrets revealed. But I've never stopped. There's no year that I've stopped fasting. So it has just been like my lifestyle. Exactly. And there are so many other things, even spiritual. One time I saw a light real came onto my chest that you can see physically. Yeah, that's true. This thing has a lot of benefits, a lot of benefits. Then there are no pressures of like when you're sleeping, I don't know, you feel like after the fast, you'll sleep like a baby. You have peace in your night sleep. You have peace in your mind during the days you talk with the people. You don't have anger. You don't have issues of emotional distress and what you have at calm. You're just yourself. Yes, these are the advantages of fasting. Actually, dry fasting.
Good. So what was your maximum in terms of days? What was your
Oh,
maximum?
sorry, I didn't answer that one. That's 7 days. I've got 7 days. But from how the doctor is counting them, he's saying if you fast, let's say 5 days, you rest for 3 days, then go for another 5 days. He's not counting that as 5. He's counting that as 10. If you have spaced the breaks between them very shortly. So if we are talking about that, I've got, I think, maybe over 30 days. I think it's quite a lot. Yeah. With the breaks, I've gone so much. But with just straight from the last meal, 7 days. I hope you understood me. Exactly.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. And how do you manage fasting, this fasting lifestyle, and your daily activities? Are you able to remain the same level of activity during the fast because you are a family man and you have to work and you have to do many things? So that's the most important question for me in terms of fasting. How do I combine both of them?
Yeah, I've got you. When I was starting, I will not work. I was actually in isolation. I was hiding. But after gaining experience, I do fast even 5 full days without just going normal works, going normally. Because you realize that you're just normal. You're not only eating, but your body, you are eating from your body. Your body is taking your fat, the fat store. So you just have the same energy that the person who has just taken the breakfast has. So you don't have a problem. You can just fast even, I've done that up to 5 days without a problem, working normally. So, but when you're starting, maybe you will need, if you want to a long fast, when you're starting, you'll just need to do it in some less activities. But when you will have gotten used to it, then you'll just be working and going on with the normal activities as if, but you'll not be very vigorous. Even when you're walking, you walk carefully. Yeah, things like that. I hope you have understood me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Mm.
And what kind of a person who is not accustomed, who is not used to those dry fasts like of 3 days, 5 days, what are they supposed to expect in terms of mental reactions, body reactions, feelings, all this detoxification? What is happening? Let's say because I have never done a dry fast more than like 40 and something hours. So if I want to take it more, let's say 3 days, what should I expect in terms of physical and mental things?
Yeah, I'll answer it this way. The first thing you're supposed to do actually before you even get into the fast, it is proper hydration. Take a lot of things that have fluids, water. Make sure that you have a lot of water of preparation. Then in your mind, know that your body is intelligent. It will be taking the energy from your system, and then it will, if there is a problem in your system, you will feel pain in that point. Let's say there's something that you had an injury when you were even young. you'll feel pain at that point. It's like a reverse. Body will start to heal from how it got, from how the problem started. So you'll find some pain, and that's normal. It's not that the sickness is coming back. It's just like the sign of body trying to tell you there's a problem that I'm still trying to work on here. And then mentally, it depends totally on you knowing what you are doing. If you know that this thing is working for you, it's not working against you, you are not committing suicide, you are not dying, you have not gone to first to die, you are going to first to get health, you're going to first to have more life. So target your target, even if it's, don't put a big one, start with something like 48 or 72 hours before you go for those 5 days or 4 days, so that you will put your body in that kind of mode. Everything starts everything starts small. Everything starts small. You can just start just like that. But some people do start just like that, depending on their medical condition. There's some people who are very sick, who can't take anything, they have to just go by force. But for us who have no serious medical issues, let's just start slowly by slowly as we train the body. So if you go to 48, then next time take it to 72. You can rest a week, then go to the next, like that, like that. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Yes, thank you. Okay, guys, so if anyone has some more questions, you just unmute yourself and then you can ask. Let's see if anyone else has any more questions. If not, then I have a few more.
Actually, I would have a question. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me, Frederick?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So
yes, I'm hearing you.
I have a question. What kind of water would you recommend drinking outside a dry fast, or if you do a water fast instead of a dry fast, what kind of water would you recommend? Like there's distilled water or filtered water, or yeah, just what's your view on this?
I went off, but I heard your first statement. I don't know what was happening. You asked what kind of water would I recommend. The recommended water is spring water. Yes, spring water. The one that doesn't have a lot of our chlorine. Should not have a lot of chlorine. I hope you get that, chlorine.
Yes.
Water
Okay. Did you say spring water?
Spring water,
I didn't get. Okay.
Spring, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't
That's
have
what? A spring.
And if you don't have a
I don't know.
Yes.
I think you can just buy mineral water. This tap water has a lot of chlorine, but you can still use it at very little level. Very little level.
Okay. And
did you understand me?
I understand. I wanted to ask what do you do if you don't have a spring nearby, and you said bottled water, if I got you right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
And what's your view on distilled water? Because I see many people recommend distilled water. What's your view on that?
Distilled water. Yeah, I think it's okay. It only has a little disadvantage that somehow it will be cleaning everything in your system when you take it the first time alone. That's why you find those people who have done this long dry fast. They want you. It's recommended you put some lemon in the water. So you just do. It's okay with the distilled water, but distilled water, finding it sometimes not easy. Finding people with the distilled water is not that easy. But if you can find it, it's okay. Just put a little lemon on it. Mela, did you understand me?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I hope that is answered.
Okay, guys, does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, hi, Frederick. Just want to check, you mentioned about people who have not done fast, there are certain steps or gradual process one needs to follow. So do you want to expand on that aspects in terms of how many days before you actually go into the longer duration fasts, and what are the do's and don'ts for each day?
Okay. The first thing is your mindset, the mindset, and then how you have programmed yourself. The mind works with programs. So don't, like for example, you have decided this week you are going to do 48 hours fast. Don't extend it to 72. Just do your 48. Then wait for the next week or a week after that. Then do your 72 hours. So program yourself and follow the program the way it is, the way you have programmed yourself earlier. Don't interrupt it with you want to do something better or something like no. Sometimes you can find it flowing very easily. Fast can be very easy if you prepare well. If you prepare well, and they don't start in the breaking of the fast. Don't break fast with large meals, like in eating normally. You have to break the fast in steps, And again, during the fast, minimize physical activities. Don't do a lot of physical activities, especially if you are starting, when you're starting the long fast. So I think, Dan, your question is answered. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Frederick, now I have another question. Have you observed any, have you worked with people, with other people on,
Yes.
on supporting their fasts, and what kind of physical and mental conditions have you seen with your own eyes cured or improved as a result of those dry fasts?
Yes, I've worked with I've worked with people. I actually start with family, very close family, and then friends. Sometimes you go as a group, like in a church group. I said I'm coming from the Christian background, so you find that a person who has not done this before. I can continue. I've just seen a message of it has been upgraded or something. So a person who has not done before the fast, it's always like a shock when you introduce this total fast, dry fast without touching water or anything. It becomes very big challenge for these people. But when they do it for the first time successfully, because before we go, we tell them you are going for a dry fast, and you have this is the way to prepare. Take out beef from, take out anything called red meat. If there are people are taking beef, meat in your diet, make sure that you're making cleaning of the liver. We all do those things. We prepare them. So when they successfully do it, they become very much welcoming. Actually, they become the people who are running with it, telling others, this thing is working, this thing is possible, this thing is good. But then during that time, if a person has not prepared very well with cleaning the system, it becomes very difficult going beyond 3 days. A person may not go beyond 3 days. The pain in the joints becomes too much. I've seen it with so many people. You have even sometimes movement, walking becomes an issue. So the secret is in preparation before you get into the fast. You are supposed to clean, do a lot of detoxing before you can get into the fast. But the fast itself is very simple. The fast has no complications as long as you have done proper preparation. And then the part of mentally, they become very stable. People become very clear with their minds, and then their memory is enhanced. Find that people can remember things clearly of long ago. So I hope your question is answered, Arik.
Yes, thank you very much. So could you please review the liver cleanse and other kinds of cleanses that you would recommend doing for someone who would like to prepare themselves for this kind of fasting? How exactly you do that?
Okay. The fasting, we have agreed on those people are taking beef to stop. Yeah, you stop as early as 3 months before the real time of the fast. But those people are plant-based, there's no problem with that. You just make the liver cleaning. And in my system, the easiest things to get inside here, we find lemon I'm talking about, ginger. We call it ginger. And what else we use? We use this thing called sodium bicarbonate. We call it, I don't know how we call that. You'll get me the name, but you use a very little of it. Don't use a lot of it. Then carrots, apples, and some olive oil. You use olive oil.
Okay, and what was the second ingredient? It was ginger, and then what was the second one? Before carrots.
Lemon is very key. Lemon fruits.
Okay, so you take ginger. So how do you do that? How do you do the solution, the drink itself?
I don't have a standard, but just little. Like if I use in a day, 2 is enough for a day. Because sometimes I prepare those 2. I put ginger in with 2 lemons, which I've cut like that, and then I boil. I boil with garlic, together with garlic. Then I take that for even 3 days. I just boil it and make sure that it's a little warm before I take it. A little warm before I take it. For about 3 days, it cleans the system and becomes very clean. So that when I fast, I don't even feel like, that's why most of the time when I fast, I don't feel like any hunger. There's nothing like hunger. I don't even feel tired or joint pains. No, they are all gone. Yes, but then olive oil, I use it for what I'm cooking. I use it for cooking. Exactly. I don't know if there's something else. And also proper rest. Sleeping is very key before you start the fast, because you are going to miss the sleep. When you are in long fast, you're going to miss the sleep. So before you prepare with enough sleep, before you get to a total fast.
Because when you fast, you might sleep less, like you might have more difficulty sleeping, yeah?
Exactly. And it might even interrupt your fast. Because sometimes when you do,
and is it like from your experience, those difficulties sleeping come because of the physical discomfort or mental discomfort, or what is the reason for that?
Physical is the main one. Physical is the main one, and I think also the environment. If you're in an environment that's not clean, because at that particular time your system, the skin is not taking water, so the skin is taking anything that is in the environment. So you become very tired depending on what is in that environment. Exactly. I hope that is clear.
Yes, thank you very much. Anyone else, guys, have any questions?
I would have another question.
Yes.
So, what's your view on enemas? I'm not.
Animals?
No, I'm not completely sure how to pronounce this. I've seen enemas. Yeah, what's your view on that? To clean the system, because I see a lot of people mention it or recommend it, and some don't, and I do not know. So
yeah, with the dry fast, it's not necessary, because again, your skin will be taking whatever material of water which at that time you are separating. You are separated from that water, so you don't. With dry fast, we don't. Maybe if somebody is doing wet fast, that's okay. We don't recommend it. And again, apart from that, there's nothing happening in your digestive system. Everything is a total stop. There's nothing happening in your digestive system at that time, so you don't need anything. You don't need enemas. You don't need enemas for dry fast. But with water fast or wet fast, juice fast, that's okay. That's okay. Me, I've never done it during the dry fast. I'm very comfortable. The main thing actually there's something that I've not talked about. There's something called salt flush. I don't know if you know about it. Salt flush. I think it's what replaces enema. You do it before the fast. Exactly.
So could they give us some guidance? Because I've read few kinds of instructions how to do it, but it's good to hear it from you directly because you have experience in that. How do you do that?
With the salt flush, I've done 3 successfully, but the first one was the most vigorous one, the one that really worked on my system. You put some water some salt, two tea spoon. That level, I know, you know the teaspoon salt, that small one, 2 of it in a half glass of water. You leave it open overnight. Then early in the morning, the first thing you're going to take is this water, but you're not going to take it like that. You'll warm the normal water, then add to this one that you had left overnight, opened with salt inside, with the salt solution inside, or 2 teaspoonful. I hope you're getting that part of teaspoonful, full, but small one. Then you'll drink this thing immediately, take it very fast, and don't take anything until you are through with the washroom. Because you are going to be going to the toilet, you are going to go to the bathroom. It's going to totally take everything off of your system.
And how much of the regular water should you take with this? Because I understood that you leave overnight this 2 teaspoons of salt.
Half of it, yes.
Yeah.
And then you are going to add, you have warmed some water, which you are going to add on it. So you just take this solution of warm water in a glass that is full. Just one, that's enough. That's enough.
Okay.
Just one glass.
So yeah,
Exactly.
so to add warm water to this, so how much water do you take to leave it overnight?
Half of that glass.
Half glass.
Glass.
And then you add,
Yes.
and then you add another glass
The next
morning. In the next morning, you add the glass up to the point when it's full. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Up to the.
And then you drink.
So
just
that will work like that for the first early in the morning. Don't take anything maybe for 3 hours. For next 3 hours, don't take anything else. Then it will work on your system to just totally take away everything in your colon, whatever has been hiding there, it will go. That will go. So that works like the for enema. Exactly. So you don't need enema. If you do the salt flush, you don't need enema. I hope Mela have answered your question.
It was not my question, but I understood what you said. Actually, I would have another question. Okay. If there's time. So, because I did not totally understand what you said about the preparing for the fast, because the audio wasn't so good. And I just got that you said something about sugar, and I think having
salt flush.
Yes, yes, but I have another question. You talked about preparing for a fast.
Oh, okay.
And getting in the lemon and the garlic and things like this. And you also said something about, I'm not completely sure because the audio wasn't so good, about sugary things.
Okay.
In preparation for a fast. Could you just say it again, what you said?
Okay, actually, it's just reducing your sugar intake. It is
reducing
not
the sugar.
Totally, exactly. Don't totally eliminate it, but you reduce so that it's not so much into your system. It's just so we are talking about
yes.
beef. For those people who are taking meat, you're supposed to totally take off the meat. But for sugar, you just reduce the intake. The intake should be reduced. Not for, there's no particular amount. There's no particular amount.
And this, when you talk about sugar, you also mean fruit sugar. So having, for example, less sugary fruits, if you're, for example, if you're raw, if you're fruitarian, something like this, what would you recommend for those people? What to take before a fast?
Plant fruits are the best. You don't have a problem with them with your system. These manufactured ones are the ones we are talking about. I think that's clear. The manufactured sugar is what we are talking about, but plant fruits are okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Arik, Mela is answered.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, great, Frederick. So does anyone have any more questions?
Sorry, I have another question. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear Dan very well.
Yeah, hi. Okay, I just want
Hi.
to check. So when someone is on a fast, right, and you mentioned that people should not be having a full-blown meal post a fast. What are the types of food which you recommend that people should avoid completely?
Okay, on a fast, you're not taking any food at all. When I talk about dry fast, you're not taking any food plus water.
Yeah,
There's
I mean
nothing.
after the fast.
Okay. Thank you.
Breaking the
That is
fast.
very, thank you. That is as simple as the way you take care of a baby. Just take your stomach or your system the way you take care of a newborn baby. I hope you have understood me. So you start with liquids. The first one is always water. Then you'll go to those juices as you grade to the solid foods. You don't just go straight to full-blown meal with solids in. No. I hope then you answered that. But then
Yeah.
there's
So my question was what are the solids what someone needs to avoid?
So this depends on the where you are, because our cultures and our foods are different. So what we mean by solid foods, like what can I say, like bread. Bread is solid, but you can recommend
Yeah.
porridge. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Any animal products or grains or so
For
I'm
those
just
people
looking
who
at the different categories. Yeah.
for those people who have no problem taking animal products, yogurts are recommended. Yogurts are recommended. For those who are taking animal products, yogurts are recommended. I hope you understand yogurts. I don't know if fermented milk or something like that.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. So Dan is answered. Arik, I hope we are helping each other grow.
Yeah, sure. No, it is very, very informative, very interesting. So maybe you could tell us about our book, about your books, because you said that you authored 2 books. What are they about?
Yes.
And yeah, because I'm also going to put this video on YouTube and maybe to put it in our group, so that many people might benefit from it.
Okay. I've authored 2 books. One is called Top Secret Revealed. This is the most intense on the dry fast journey. It will take you from the beginning to the end. And maybe I can read the table of contents here. I have it. That's what I've been referring from. I have the table of contents that what's the dry fast, the background, fasting is accompanied by what, things like that. Preparation, part 2 is preparation before the fast. We have just handled some part of those things here. Then the types of fastings, actually the dry fast are also in classes. There are some classes of dry fast. There's the intimate dry fast, there's fractionated dry fast, there's soft dry fast where you add water and dry fast together. And then part 4, factors on dry fast. There's some things like clotting, weight loss, renewing effects of the dry fast. Then there's also the part of fasting to change habits. There's something that somebody wants to change. Somebody might be a drunkard. One does not want to drink again. Somebody might be addicted to smoking, does not want to smoke again. So fasting can help that kind of person to break from those addictions, bad habits. And there's also the part of, I think those are the key ones for this. They have up to 8 chapters in this first book. Then the second book, just like an excerpt from this one, just developed from the big one. There's a small one. That one, when you have this big one, I give you that one as a present. It's not for any other reason. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And
those books,
Arik, I think I should read for you something here in the book. Just one. I don't know if I can find it real fast. About the benefits, the super benefits of breakfast. there are so many benefits that we have not talked about. Because you find that these people have tumors, these people have ladies who have cysts or various cysts or some, these things that the growths that develop, most of the time these things have water in them. This thing, when somebody does dry fast properly, they just disappear. You'll be trying to find them, you don't find them. Any growth in internal growth, whatever it is, it disappears. So I have witnesses, I have people who have done with that, they have disappeared. Even a lump, just recently I've talked about a lump that disappeared in the left breast. So there are so many things, there's so many benefits. Breathing will change. You realize that a person, when you are sleeping after dry fast, the breathing system becomes very clean and very easy. You don't find a problem with, I don't know, how do you call these things that when some people at night they feel choked when they're sleeping, that disappears. You find very, very clean system. Everything in your system becomes very clean, very clean. So there are so many benefits. Clarity of mind, also vision. Those people have problem with eyesight, the eyes will open. Hearing problems, they become very taste. You become super sensitive with food. You even appreciate, if you really have fast, you appreciate the way food is sweet because the taste buds will be opened. They'll be very, very sensitive. For now, let me stop at that point. Let's stop at that point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Frederick. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, friends.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome,
So, friends, that was our first webinar of our fasting group, and I'm very, very happy. And they even sent me on Zoom a notification that they canceled this 40 minutes rule, so we could extend it. They just, in the middle of your lecture, I just got a notification that this 40-minute rule was canceled, and it was a gift from Zoom. So,
so enough time. You had enough time.
Yeah, so we had enough time, and it will be recorded and posted on YouTube. And thank you very much. I look forward to many more amazing webinars with amazing people. And yeah, and if someone is interested in the books or in the questions, we'll just contact you. And yeah, so thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.